China time, where I live in Southeast Asia. That's the time for Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, Malaysia is 1 hour later. So just opening for the Singapore and Shanghai market. And if it's later than that for you, wherever you are, if you're in Europe or the US, I hope you're having a good day. And let's just jump right into the chart and see what in the world is going on with gold. There we go. So I've zoomed out a little bit, and we have Monday, where we had this massive gap up when the market opened in New Zealand, the start of the day, the start of the week, and we had an all-time high of 46.91. And then for the whole day, it just went sideways. And of course, it was U.S. bank holiday, so there was nothing going on during the New York session. And then yesterday started off kind of slow, looking normal, and then Asia just kicked it right up. And then it went a little bit sideways with London, and then it just there was no stopping gold. It just kept going up in the New York session with a small retracement, as you can see there. And now I'll zoom out a little bit and see where we are with the opening of Singapore and Shanghai. Shanghai is a gold exchange, just like London. And normally my indicator will show me the pivot point for the day. That's this blue line. But it started well above that. And it's already starting to move up. This first big green candle, this is even before Tokyo opened, 30 minutes before Tokyo. So that's probably the institutions, the bigger traders in Australia. And now we got this, looks like we're going to continue up with the Asian market now, the Singapore and Shanghai banks and institutions and fund managers. They're already starting to look bullish. How high can this go? This is just unbelievable. As I zoomed out a little bit, you can see this is about a $90 move, $95. And yesterday was a $105 move up. From the low to the high of yesterday was $105. Just insane moves. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. And boy, the Asian market is all excited. Look at that. It's very volatile. Wow. You don't usually see something like that. Very unusual to see those big um, jumps up and then back down in a wick. And I'm on the 15-minute time frame here. This is the time frame that I trade on. XAU USD on the 15-minute time frame. So we do have resistance at 4,800. Yeah, good morning, Raj. Just getting over looking at my comments now. 4,800 incoming, yeah, absolutely. Not far from that. That's that yellow line there. That's 4,800. Yeah, huge liquidity pull on the other side. Okay, you go for it, buddy. I really don't see myself taking any trade today. I'm not going to chase the candles. Just let this sucker go. It will settle down eventually. This is just this is out of this world. This is I don't know what you would call this. It's like trading in the twilight zone. But if you know my strategy is the trend line strategy, I have to wait for a high and then start to get some retracement, and then I can put in a downward trend line. What are we trading at now? 47.94. Just $5 and a little bit from 4,800. Oh, it's going to go there, and then probably in the next couple of minutes. When it gets that close, there's no question it's going to go. It's going to hit 4,800. So I really doubt seriously that I will be taking any trade in the market. Just going to see what how this plays out. This is just incredible to look at. Only 2 years ago, we were at 2,000. Go out to the monthly chart and you see we were at 2,000. And at that time, nobody thought we would ever really go much higher because it hit that several times for over a period of quite a few months and always fell back down from 2,000. That was a very strong resistance back then. But boy, there is no holding gold back now. We are in uncharted territory. 47.97.5. There it goes. 47.98. Oh, amazing to look at. I'm just going to eat my banana and relax. 47.99. Have you had any trade this week, Raj? Did you go long early on? I'll just zoom out again. Zoom in, I mean. And of course, it's always easy to analyze the left side of the chart. But what you wanted to do was right here at 45.90, you want to take one lot and then just hold it. Oh, that's easy to say now, looking back. But trading doesn't work that way. Did we hit 48? 40, yeah. Oh, we did. 4,800.08. Yeah. And now it will fall back a little bit. That's a very strong psychological. Oh, pretty coward. Let's promote me, eh? What is this? Some You type the same message twice? I see that message in my, I see this message in my streaming software, but I don't see it on YouTube. Or maybe it won't even pull back. This is only 12 minutes into the opening of Singapore and Shanghai. 4,800 again. Let's see if it'll bounce away from that. So that was my breakfast. I don't usually eat much at breakfast, just maybe a slice of toast or a banana. Oh, got nobody watching now. Okay. Where did everybody go? Everybody's staring at their chart, trying to figure out what gold is doing and not bothering to watch on YouTube. That's okay. There we go. Now on the way. 4804. Amazing. 4805. Oh, wow. It's kind of like calling the races. 4807, 4808. Unbelievable. Just that right there, in the first 15 minutes, it's already a $22 move in just the first 15 minutes. Wow. Oh my goodness. And of course, we all know the reason for the big move in gold, right? That's right now. With Venezuela, Greenland, Trumpty Dumpty doing all this nonsense, there's so much uncertainty what's going to go on. We're going to have World War III, and people go for gold, gold safe haven. We might just jump down and look at the index, the DXY. Whoa, this is the US dollar. Oh, it's really tumbling. Fell down from 99 point something all the way yesterday to 98 point something. Wow, huge drop on the US dollar. And what about the JPY basket, the Japanese yen? This is the Japanese yen compared with six other currencies. The same as the DXY, it's compared with six other major currencies, and it's really, really falling down. And going for gold, gold is a safe haven. Just quickly look at the stock market, and it's also tumbling. And then the S&P 500, whoa, my goodness. The world is going crazy. 48 kind of phasing in and out. Let's look at platinum. The other metals, yeah, they're all going up just the same. Silver is probably going out of the. Oh, silver is more up and down. I don't trade silver. Copper. Oh, copper is going down. Oil. What's oil doing? Oil is very volatile. A lot of up and down movement. A lot of up, down, up, down, up, down. If you trade crude oil, that would be a really difficult one to trade. And I don't know why, but Bitcoin is also having a hard time making any progress. Just scan down and look at the currencies real quick. I don't trade currencies. Euro is doing very well. The odd is doing pretty good. New Zealand, okay. Pound, kind of up and down a lot. USD CAD, okay. Now what's USD CAD? 135. And that makes sense. US dollar going down, yeah. CAD going up. And what about the UJ? A lot of volatility there yesterday. A lot of volatility with the currencies. And no volatility with gold. It just goes up. Oh boy. So gold is definitely bullish. We've just broken we've just broken above our first resistance line. Now trading at 48.11. And the next resistance is 48.38. And it looks like it probably will get there within the next half hour or so. Oh my God. Crazy times. So, what about trading? Do I take a trade or not? No, I'm not going to trade. I'm not going to chase the candles. Just let it go. It will come back. It all comes. We will see some consolidation, some retracement. And as gold is bullish, I'll be looking for an opportunity to buy. And I've got my upward trend lines here, which are placed, but I cannot put a downward trend line because we don't have an all-time high. We've had an all-time high on Monday. We had a new all-time high yesterday, and now we've got another new all-time high today. 3 days in a row with an all-time high, 48.14 now. Hello, Panky. Good to see you again. Yeah, gold is gold, definitely. It's a safe haven, and people are freaking out all over the world about what's going to happen. You know, if you have earthquake or tsunami or World War III or whatever these kind of things freak people out. I'm good, Pengy. Thank you for asking. How are you? This kind of nonsense, that's going on with Trumpy Dumpty, uh, just shaking, rattling people's nerves, and they want something safe, and gold is a safe haven. 48.14, and we did hit 48.15. So as of this moment, 48.15 is our all-time high, but that's not going to last. Now that we've made a sizable move above the first resistance level, it will go to 48.38. The next resistance level, it will go there, no question. Where will it stop? That's the question. Where will it stop and start to come back down? Let me zoom in a little bit here. What we'll see probably, huge move up, and then you start to get some small retracements and some small retracements, small retracements. And we had a bigger one. This was during the New York session. Had a sizable retracement where it did a liquidity grab. It dropped down and hit the high for Asia yesterday. That's where a lot of stop losses are, a lot of pending orders. Did that liquidity grab and then just took off again. So we will see the same thing today, for sure. The institutions, the central banks, the fund managers, they need liquidity. They can't just keep going up forever. So we'll wait and see where the liquidity pool is. And my notion is we'll have a liquidity pool around below this 4,800, and then below the Asian low. But we just have to let the day play out and see what's going to happen, see how things unfold. I'm not I'm not trying to predict the market. I'm just kind of anticipating what I expect to see. Yeah, this is craziness, absolute craziness. Yeah, Pinky, you missed the train. The train already left the station. As I said, it's always easy to analyze the left side of the chart. And if you took one lot on Monday morning when you woke up and you just held on to that, wow, that would be $20,000 in 2 days, one lot. If you got in at the beginning of the opening on Monday. But of course, we don't have a crystal ball. It's always so easy to analyze the left side of the chart. Not so easy to analyze this side over here. 48.17, a new all-time high. Every few minutes we get a new all-time high. So as they say, Elvis has left the building. Oh yeah, Festus, it's way what they call is overbought, way overbought. Well, the next support level I have, the next resistance level I have is 48.38. Okay, you can see that there, 48.38. Yeah, then 48.50, that's a nice round number. That would also be a resistance level. In fact, that one holds true pretty much. Throughout all these moves we see that 50 level, whether it's 46.50, 47.50, that's always a support resistance level. It kind of hangs around there for a while before continuing its move. Oh, Panky. Yeah, I get what you mean. When things are like this, you don't want to move away from the chart. You want to be in total control. You want to have your finger on the mouse, ready to close the trade or do something. Well, we got a 48.18. Oh my goodness. I'll stop calling out these prices. It just keeps changing. Now it's 48.20. It just keeps changing. Now, if I had had a downward trend line, I would have probably taken a long trade here on this candle here. But I trust my strategy, and I don't have what I need here from my strategy, so I'm not going to get I'm not going to FOMO. On the 15-minute chart, we're looking at a stochastic of 96. That's what they call overbought. Let's see what the stochastic says on the 1 hour. And that's at 96 also. I've never seen it go to 100. I've seen it go to 99. And the 4 hour chart, it's on, wow, 98 on the 4 hour chart. The stochastic is definitely overbought. Absolutely. But can it go higher? Oh, yeah, it can. It is going higher. The market doesn't care about the stochastic. The market is going to do what it does. I just cannot believe this. I've never seen any. I've been trading gold for 10 years. I've never seen anything so wild like this. Yeah, well, you see some big moves, but this is kind of ridiculous. Oh, well, we can just quickly look at the monthly chart, see what it said, do the 1 month. Yeah, you see back here was, well, right there, it's almost 80. And then yeah, well, just look at that. Forget about the candles. I'm looking at the stochastic down here. Yeah, it's overbought for, like December 23, and it just stays up there. It stays in the overbought area. December 23, all the way to where we are now, January of 26. So, the stochastic just sometimes, I don't take any trades based on the stochastic. It's kind of handy on the short term charts, but it's kind of, it can give you confluence if you're looking to make a trade decision, but certainly you don't base any trade based on the stochastic or the RSI, any of those oscillators. It will just give you confluence of what you're looking for. But yeah, you look back here. I mean, this was overbought for several hours. It just stayed up there. And supposedly, when it gets overbought, it's supposed to come back down. But no, with gold. So we did hit that one. What did we get that? 48.37. Just touched the resistance level there. So now what we'll see, it will break above that and go to 48.50. What do I use to determine a market top? I don't use anything. I don't try to determine a market top. I don't look for a top or a signal for pullback or reversal. I don't look for any of that stuff. My strategy is trade the trend line, and the trend is bullish. The trend is my friend. So I look for an opportunity to buy. And normally, excuse me, normally I would have a downward trend line here. And if it broke above that trend line, then I would go long. I've explained my strategy almost every time that I do a session. Let's say, for example, if I had a trend line like that, chart is like this. When I get a break above the trend line there, let's put that one down. Say right there. Okay. So I get a break above the trend line and the candle closes, then I go long on this candle here. That's what I would do. That's my strategy. And if it comes down, it breaks below the green line, then I go short. I don't look for a top or a reversal or any of that stuff. Head and shoulders, none of that stuff. Elliott wave, nope. I use the trend line and support and resistance. But I don't have this trend line because this is, this is the high here that we're looking at. So I can't put it, I don't have a downward trend line. So I just let the candles go. And when this will start to consolidate and come back down, and then I'll be able to put a candle, maybe like that, something across there. Maybe later today I'll have something like this. If it starts to come down, retrace, what have you. Maybe it'll break below my upward trend line. If it does that, then I'll go short. This is the short, the 15-minute time frame. So I will trade the reversals. I'll go long or short, depending on which trend line it breaks. But I don't. If I go short, hey guys, if I go short, I don't expect to hold a short trade very long. With gold being so bullish, and when something is bullish, it's going to continue up until you get a clear change of direction. And gold has been bullish for more than 2 years. So any short trade that I take, I know I'm not going to hold it for very long. And then that short trade will fizzle out. I'll close it, and then that'll be probably likely when it start to turn around and go bullish again. I don't know if I answered your question, Pangy. Okay, good night, Pangy. All the best to you. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not going to be taking a trade in this Asian today, for sure. Just let it play out. Let it, let things settle down. We don't have any clear direction. If you go long now, you're just chasing candles. You're just throwing the dice. So we've hit our first resistance level, 48.38. Now it's starting to get a little bit of a pullback. It's only been 35 minutes since the market opened, since Singapore and Shanghai opened. And they moved in 30 minutes. They went from 47.83, this candle here, 47.83. They went to, what is that, 48.26. That's almost $50 in just 30 minutes, 500 pips. Okay, guys, I'm going to sign out here. As I said, I'm not taking a trade today, at least not in the Asian session and not likely in the London session. I will be looking forward to the New York session, and we'll see what the big institutions and central banks will do. If they'll, bring gold back down for a liquidity grab before continuing to higher prices. So we just wait and see what the market's going to do. Let's let the price tell us what it's going to do, and then use our strategy to make the proper trade according to our. If we see it set up, which there's no way I can see a trade set up right now, then we take the trade. But most important is that we protect our capital and use good risk management. Protect our capital and use good risk management. If you don't trade today, it's okay. No trade is a good trade. The market will be here tomorrow and next week and next month. All right, you don't have to trade every day. Go out and see a movie, enjoy, go to the beach, whatever you want to do. Just let this nonsense settle down to where it makes some sense, and then we go back to what we were doing with our strategy, looking for a proper trade setup and taking a trade accordingly. Okay, thank all of you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Love all of you. Don't forget to like and share. That does help the channel, and I really do. I am grateful for that. All right, so I'll see you maybe if you're around in the New York session when Wall Street opens. That's 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 9:30 p.m. Indo-China time. All right, see you again next time. Have a great day wherever you are.